Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. Wow, what a nice day it has been. Look at the comfortable temperatures. Made it into the 60s. Lots of sunshine. The wind's fairly light. If you've not been outside yet, just peek outside, here in a little bit and just breathe in that fresh air because it is really pleasant. And unfortunately, that's going to change a little bit. While tomorrow will still be mild, we've got clouds entering in. There is some rain out to the west. Now, here's the good news. That should hold off for most of the day tomorrow. We're going to talk more specifically about that when we come back. But this evening, looking good. That is normally a packed Neal Street, okay, at 5 o'clock. Hardly any cars out there, which is good. Cloudy skies through tonight, mild. We'll talk about the weekend. It's just around the corner and how it shapes up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Hundreds of thousands of people in Illinois have applied for unemployment. Why that number is causing headaches for those trying to file. Plus, hotels could be transformed if the pandemic gets worse. What they're being prepared for.
Our seniors are isolated, and they don't have a lot of ways to reach out to other people.
So they have a way to reach out to them. How some are checking in on your loved ones for you to make sure they're okay.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
This is the biggest onslaught of unemployment claims, I think, ever, at least in my lifetime.
The number of people with the coronavirus is climbing, and so are the number of people needing unemployment. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Businesses are either being forced to close or struggling to stay open, and they're having to lay off workers. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey has more.
The unemployment rate in both Illinois and the entire country skyrocketed during the month of March, with more than 10 million people filing for unemployment across the nation. In Illinois, nearly 180,000 people filed for unemployment last week. The state's website is still struggling due to so many people trying to file at once. The governor said today in his daily press briefing that the Illinois Department of Employment Security website went down this morning again.
Again, this is a problem. I don't know exactly that we're going to fix it entirely so that everybody could do it all at once, but we have asked people please to spread out their calls and spread out their applications online and to use the online system because that really is the best way to do it. Do it in off hours.
In 2 weeks alone, over 300,000 Illinoisans filed for unemployment. And to put that into perspective, last year at this time, there were just under 10,000 unemployment filings. IDES is making changes to help spread out the number of applications, like asking people to only file on certain days based on their last names. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Now, coming up tonight at 6, we talked with a Central Illinois business owner to explain why she had to lay off people during the pandemic. And new tonight at 5, 4 Central Illinois counties are reporting their first confirmed cases of COVID-19. Health officials say a 52-year-old woman from DeWitt County came down with symptoms after going to a conference in Chicago. And in Piatt County, a 22-year-old healthcare worker tested positive after getting a fever. She didn't go back to work after showing symptoms. A 30-year-old in Moultrie County has also tested positive, and a 40-year-old in Logan County tested positive in a drive-through test. Now, across the state, health officials have announced 715 more cases and 16 more deaths. That brings the total number of cases to 7,695. The death toll is now at 157. The governor announced the launch of a new statewide effort called All in Illinois. The initiative is to reinforce the stay-at-home message. He says the goal is to unite people across the state and remind them we are all in this together. You can show your solidarity too, like you saw. Well, you can post on social media with a hashtag, and you can put signs, those signs you saw in your yard or window, to show solidarity. We have a link on WCIA.com for where you can print those. And a follow-up now, a doctor who is trying to offer drive-through coronavirus testing in Champaign says he won't stop until he finds somewhere to do it. The testing was supposed to start yesterday, but was postponed. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting talked to him about his plans moving forward.
Mueller is still holding testing here at his clinic on campus. In the meantime, he's trying to find another location where he can offer drive-through testing. Dr. Tom Plura's first plan was to do it at First Christian Church in Champaign, but the church shut it down before it could open at the advice of the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District. Now the campus town urgent care doctor is searching for another place in the area that will accommodate what he wants to do. But he says he keeps getting turned down.
So I haven't been able to get not a single church to agree to let me use the parking. It's crazy.
When the drive-through clinic was postponed, public health officials said Plura wasn't following CDC guidelines by trying to test people who don't have symptoms.
We're absolutely following every guideline that exists. They're not following the guideline. Public health is telling people that they know that have fever, cough, upper respiratory, don't even get tested. Just go self-quarantine. The problem with that is we know there are people that are symptomatic that aren't going and self-quarantining.
Plura says he has 8,000 tests right now and is ordering 8,000 more. Plura says he won't stop until he can find somewhere where he can offer drive-through testing because he believes it's an emergency at this point. Reporting in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Now, we talked to the health district again today. They say it is against CDC guidelines to test people without symptoms because of the shortage of tests. VA patients are being transferred between facilities in Chicago and Danville. The VA says they do this routinely to balance capacity. It says in this case, it's doing the transfer to treat veterans who need a higher level of care, but would not confirm how many patients are being transferred or whether this is in response to the pandemic. Sangamon County is putting together plans for the worst case scenarios of the crisis. The county is in conversations with several hotels. Those would potentially house people who need to quarantine, but either can't do it at home or don't have a home to do it in. County officials say the hotels most likely like the idea since they're losing out on large amounts of money because people aren't traveling.
In this case, the formulas that we've been working say we ought to be planning for around 140 rooms. You know, it could be 5, it could be 400, but the planning process and the formulas say 140 is really what you ought to be looking at. So we've been working to try to secure that.
And they're serious. If somebody refuses to follow a public health order, the county is planning to keep them at the juvenile detention center. The structure of the building would allow those inside to be separated. A program in DeWitt County is checking on your loved ones when you aren't around. Volunteers say it's one of many resources in the community that's keeping seniors safe. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays has more.
There are seniors who are quarantined in their homes who may be all alone. There are programs that will check on your family when you can't. The Are You OK program was started about 5 years ago by the DeWitt County Triad. It is one of several services they offer for seniors. It's a welfare check-in system. Seniors in the program decide when they want to be called on a daily basis. An automated calling system calls them to make sure they are okay. If they do not answer by the 3rd call, family is contacted, or possibly a police officer to check in on them. People who are a part of Triad say it's a great resource, especially now.
Our seniors are isolated, and they don't have a lot of ways to reach out to other people. So this is a great way for people to make sure that their family members are being checked on.
There are 23 seniors in DeWitt County enrolled, but they are looking to get more involved. They have the capacity to get even more seniors signed up. Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
And Macon County has a similar resource. We'll have information on both of those programs and other resources for seniors at our website, WCIA.com. Taxes don't have to be filed for a few months, but accountants are still hard at work. Why working with them is going to be different. Plus this.
These Americans have families and they have children.
But they still have to go to work. What's being done to relieve some of the burden for essential workers trying to find childcare?